L'immobilier, c'est bien plus qu'une transaction, c'est un projet de vie. Vous pensez à acheter ou à vendre une propriété? Faites confiance à Francesca Descopains, votre courtier immobilier. All right, guys, so welcome to another episode of Room28. Aujourd'hui, aujourd'hui, je vais laisser la personne que je reçois se présenter. And then we'll get right into it because today is what I like to talk about. Today is my favorite subject. Today is my life. Today is that talk. So
Today is the day.
je te laisse aller.
All right, my friends. My name is McClells Marco Theodore. Everybody calls me Marco because it's a lot simple. It's also been my nickname since I can forever remember. So it's such a pleasure to be here. I'm a real estate developer. I'm an accountant by day, real estate developer, acquisition, handling capital acquisitions, and also handling relationships with investors. They call me the director of capital raise.
Raise capital. So you raise capital.
I raise capital, man.
Okay, and how is that going? I never talked to someone who raised capital, who talks about like the how easy it is or how difficult it is. How is it to raise capital? Because this is something, to be honest with y'all, I never did. I wanted the day I do the day I can raise capital.
Next
It's
level.
yeah, it's over. It's over. But for now, I've been in situation where I could take care of whatever I'm dealing with myself. But I am getting into looking to raise capital.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you.
Man, honestly, capital raising, I think we do it every day, whether we know it or not. Whether it's by selling our product, selling ourselves to somebody, I think capital raising is sales. Where the market is right now, market, as everybody knows, we're in a recession right now, guys. So money is scarce. The people who have cash and the people that make cash flow, they are the winners right now.
Okay.
In addition to it, when people get scared, Warren Buffett said to get greedy. And right now, people are very scared in the market. That's why wealthy people are acquiring.
Yeah.
The wealth gap is getting bigger and bigger. And the only way for other people who aren't in the game to catch up is to start using some of that capital. I specifically focus on contractors, home service business when doing development, capital raise for development. The reason why is because if you're a contractor, a roofer, painter, HVAC, any of these, even a carpenter, you know what it's like to be in development space already. You're one of the trades that we use in development.
100%.
So you know the flow, you know the timeline, you know how payments occur.
Yeah.
So when I'm dealing with you and I'm telling you, oh, we're doing real estate development, you already know that this is a long-term process. There's there's things that are established. There's payment terms. There's longevity assured. There's also, you know how much you're going to get paid. You know what the timelines are. So it's easier for me to have these conversations with these guys, right?
Okay.
Especially in the contractor side, because they know everything. They also understand the conversation and what we're going to be talking about.
Okay.
If I say there's a 60-day payment terms, you know it's going to be 60-day, or if there's any adjustments required, there's always going to be a conversation beforehand.
Right.
The capital space, raising capital is a little bit harsh, but you need to hone in on who you connect with. With my mentor, we've come down to this thing called the ICP, Ideal Client Profile, or Ideal Investor Profile.
Okay.
So you determine who's the person that I relate with the most, why does my message relate with them, and who are some of the people that's already invested with me in the past. And the reason why is because you'll realize that you've connected with that person based on the purpose of what type of project it is, the longevity behind the project, the team operating the project, and what does it really solve, right? And anybody that's a contractor, what I'm speaking about, me and my team and who we raise capital for, they already know that. Like they already have some type of knowledge behind real estate that it makes it simple to do it. Plus, most contractors are so busy building their business, so busy hiring, firing, new equipment, sales, more sales, door to door if it comes down to it. So when it comes to having to use their money to increase their wealth, it's like a whole other job. And you know it. Like if you have
Yeah.
one full-time job, being a real estate investor is a whole different full-time job within itself.
Yeah.
And so we work with these type of we work with these contractors to avoid that. Hey, like let us take care of your money and the generational wealth behind it while you taking care of delivering quality service.
Okay, so it's basically like you kind of do the middleman in this situation.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, a little bit of the middleman because, well, as for me, like our team is Biosis Real Estate. So we have two portions of the company. One is an architectural firm that handles the whole development
Plan, all
planning and
that.
all of the good stuff,
Yeah, good stuff.
all of
Yeah,
the fun
hey,
stuff, guys.
good stuff. Yeah.
Right, and then we also have the real estate development portion, which operates like the acquisition, the operation, the day-to-day management,
Okay.
and so because we are vertically integrated that way, it's easy for us to, hey, look, we take the acquisition, we're going to do the capital raise, we're going to go through the whole development process, we're going to get the construction loan, we're going to manage the project, we're going to have a GC. So we do the whole thing. And so because it's a team, it makes it simpler too. Like we're all aligned.
Okay. Okay, nice. Um, this question's a little bit personal, but how long have you been I would say financially responsible of yourself?
Man, that's a big question there. The reason is because I see it in two different spaces, because you could be responsible for yourself, have a job, have, responsibilities, car payments, and like that
Yeah,
could be as young as,
yeah.
some of us started having a job at 16. So that's where you start,
Hey, some of us
right?
they started at 13.
Right.
Yeah,
The
so
newspaper
yeah,
ads.
yeah, yeah. So I'm like, the reason why I'm asking you that is because I'm trying to know since what age you started to build a relationship with money.
Right. I love that question. I love that question. My relationship with money started when I was younger than that. Actually, I spent a summer, I think I might have been 11 or 12 at the time. I spent a summer with my uncles, and one of my uncle lived in St. Louis, Missouri. And I remember he asked me, he's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm like, I don't know. I just want to do something that I love. I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. All the cool stuff that you hear that makes you, the Lamborghinis and whatever it
Yeah,
is. And
lamb
so,
truck. Hey, shout out Gaten.
right. And so I talked to, and he's like, honestly, Marco, if you want to get rich, you have to be an investment banker. So my uncle was one of these guys that had like early access to a lot of investments. One of the early access that he had was, and this is 2008. So forgive me if I'm wrong on the timeline. I think it was like Tesla and some other early access stocks. So Tesla, who didn't make a dollar until probably like what 2018, was still a growing stock. It was considered a growth
Mhm,
stock. And he's like, "Oh, you have to be into investment banking." That's when he started teaching me about like day trading, and as well as long
mhm,
term trading and
mhm,
holding an asset. That's
mhm.
that's part something in my mind, because my whole high school timeline, I'm like, I need to be an investment banker. I need to be in that field and work 100 plus hours a week. So I think that relationship with money started there. I knew how to make money. I think when you're young and you're a kid, it's the best time to be creative about making money, because anything is possible. You could literally, I was talking to one of my coworkers, shouts out to him, and he's like, and we're in the car, and his son comes in the car. He's like, Dad, I started selling friendship rocks at school. Literally picks up rocks, like nice rocks, and he looks at it and he's like, oh, this is nice. Maybe I'll start selling it in class. And he started that. So if you
Yeah,
have a friend and you want to say, this is my friend, you give him a friendship rock. So I'm like, I think all of us, the earlier that we start, the better it is to have a relationship with money, whether we
mhm,
look at it as money as a wealth generator or not. Think we all have this aspiration of providing and creating solutions or creating something fun that, whether it pays us or not, that just relates with us. And as money comes along in the picture, it's an affirmation to what we are pursuing.
right.
So my relationship with money was started very young. I remember
Okay.
selling like cell phones. I would like go to a thrift shop, buy a cell phone, we'll sell it in high school. I remember
Nice.
selling like literally chocolate, doing door to door knocking around the neighborhood and selling chocolate. At that young age, though, like
Yeah.
You know, when your parents are like, give me the money, let me hold it for you. Yeah, I fell
Let me
victim to
hold it for you.
that. Let me-
Shout out to my Haitian people. Bum can't be
Oh my God.
bum can't be koblapo. Yeah, yo, I heard that so many times, bro. But you know, the great thing is, um, one of my daughters, because I have two daughters,
Yeah.
one of them received $1,000 for her birthday, right? So I'm like, yo, I wish you could understand, because I would definitely hit you with the pumpkin bill. Woo.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what I was about to do with that money, but hey, I wanted to Campbell please. Yeah, that's it's a good one. I mean,
Yeah.
on my side, the first person I know, which is a millionaire right now, I'm not gonna state his name because je l'ai pas parlé pour le demander si
Right.
c'était gars, etc. But this guy, I remember I was in sixième année. What is that here?
Sixth grade.
Yeah, before going to secondaire, because
Yeah, it's
it's
the same
it's not
year.
like
It's
you
the same.
guys and
Yeah, it's the same year, but they the secondaire is seventh grade.
grade,
So
right?
sixth grade
Okay,
is
yeah,
sixth
yeah.
grade.
So sixth grade, right?
Mhm.
And during the summer, I'm like, yo, hell yeah, like summertime. So going to the pool, going to this, do that, bike, all that
Active.
stuff. That nigga hit me with a, oh no, it's time to make money now. And I'm like, bro, this is like
School is
tripping,
out,
man.
bro.
Yeah, bro.
Girls are
Like
outside.
tripping. What are you talking
It's
about?
football
And
training camp.
yeah, and he's and I'm like, yo, how are you doing that? And he said, I'm about to knock on, all the streets, knock on the door and request to do the
The
faire le
ceiling.
gazon.
Oh, oh, landscaping.
Yeah, landscaping for, and how much you charge? $5. Mind you, this is in 2004. I don't know,
Oh, that
2000.
$5 went
Yeah,
far.
yeah. And I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, but I need a partner. I need someone to do it with me. I'm like, all right, let's get it. And we actually did. And it's like after 3 days, uh, I had like $50, something like that. I was like, yo,
Baller. At sixth grade, $50.
yo.
Oh no.
I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, I don't need to ask my mom to give me some money to go to the store, dépanneur, pour acheter Mr. Freeze at the time
The
and
freezy.
all that stuff. I'm like, yo, that's the first time I started to have like a relationship with money and understand how, like, I'm not gonna say I'm attracted to it, but it's like the how can I call that? I don't want to say the need of money, but it's like the freedom. The
It's a,
freedom. That's the word. The freedom.
that's the power
So
that
like,
money gives.
it's like I don't need to talk to my mom. I don't
Right.
need to do this. I don't need. Matter of fact, I don't need to talk to nobody. I
I
just do
heard it.
whatever I want when I want,
Right.
cause I got money, and that's when it started to click. But this guy today, yeah, he's up.
He's up.
He's up. Yeah, he's
About
up.
a lawnmower.
I remember about 10 years ago, yeah, like 2016, I saw him. He was a contractor and he was building at the time.
Wow.
He was a contractor and he was building his own project.
Custom homes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Wow.
And today, yeah.
Comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. But see, that's the thing. It started early, man.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like it's very important to with the kids
Mm-hmm.
to give them whatever you want to give them early so they get used to it. Just like in your situation, that was your uncle. He gave it to you early. As early as you can get it is, freedom is gonna call a
Right.
little earlier. A
Right.
little
Right.
earlier.
Man, that story is so awesome
Yeah.
because I relate with you when you say, like, I don't have children, but
Okay.
ironically, I still work towards building my legacy, right?
Right.
Even whether I have children or not, it's
Right.
still an important part of my life to be able to prepare to give to the next generation.
Right.
And I was having a conversation with a friend, and that was a plot of it, which is challenge and give them an idea or perspective, or motivate or inspire them early,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
is that it's just like a new awakening. And I love it. The reason why I love your story even further is because when you're thinking about that question specifically, what happened, how did I get into here, like what was my journey, that's part of your
Yeah, yeah.
journey.
That I think that definitely started my journey.
Right.
Yeah, it started my journey because, and then you know what? Actually, when I got my first job, which was in a warehouse, I was, you know these, how do we call
Yeah,
these? I don't
man,
know how it's called,
man.
but it called plastiral,
Okay.
and they were doing them for books, agendas for
Yes, yes,
schools,
yeah.
all type of books, all type of stuff. But the warehouse
The
that was
binding,
doing
basically.
this, yeah, 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 and you had to put it in box, all that. Bring the box some, yeah, yeah. That's where I was working, and I was like 13, 14, 15, yeah, and but I'm not gonna lie, that's when I realized also that, yo, I hate working. Like, I hate this. Like in the morning, I'm damn, I need to go.
Right.
And because I used to work on weekends. During the week, I go to school. Weekends, go to work.
Now you ain't got a weekend.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like the thing is, I needed that freedom, but I hated the job.
I love that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hated the job. I don't know what's your take about your first job or your second or whatever, but
You
I
know,
hated the job.
I love that because like my first official job, I didn't recognize it as a job because I didn't think of it as an exchange for my time, because the person that was giving me the game, giving me the job, he's also giving me game about business and thing. So the
Right.
first thing, it was my cousin,
Okay.
and he was probably one of the first grind, like, you know, people that grind in their business, that just
Right.
like they learn every single steps, and they're like very coachable. They could learn anything. They could learn
Right.
anything.
Right.
He was
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
them, you know. And at the time, he was very creative idea. He was taking used tires from Canada,
Mhm.
used tires. So he would go to all of the dealership, dealership, like you could have another 20,000 mile on that tire. They'll say, hey, you need to switch tires.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's going to these high end dealerships, such as like the Benzes, the
Mhm.
even Mazda. You'd go any dealership, and he would take their old used tires and inspect them, and any tire that passed a certain threshold, he would take and put them in a container, like a 50 feet, 80 feet tractor trailer,
Mm.
and pack them all in there. There might be like 4,500 tires in that.
Okay.
Go down to United States, go down to Florida, wherever, and sell them in bulk,
So,
wholesale, to these used tire shops. So for me, very young, he comes up to me. He's like, me and my brother, I think we are probably seventh or eighth grade together. Like, and he's like, okay, come with me. This is, mind you, this is on a Sunday evening.
mm.
We're both in high school, actually. I was in grade 9. He was in my older brother, grade 10. Both in high school. And he's like, come with me. We're driving from Ottawa to go past Castleman, like in a place called Greens Creek. And we, after picking up tires in the city, we'd go over there, and then we start inspecting these tires and tracking them and looking at the size, learning about the size. That's how you learn inventory, right?
Right.
You learn about what's important, what's selling better, what's not, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I learned inventory. That's how I learned, yo, you need your product, you inspect your product, but what are the hottest products out there?
Right.
So that was like my first job. And I didn't see it as a job. But boy, did I get paid good. Bro, he paid well, because he, like, obviously he'd make good money off of it.
Right.
And that's where I valued it. Was not necessarily for me, it wasn't about my time being worth money, because he didn't pay me by the hours.
Mm-hmm.
He paid me based on the success rate. How many tires can we load, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now that became a different threshold, because that's when you realize, hey, look, like everything that I'm doing, from inspecting the product, creating the product, making sure I have the right product, these are all mentorship game for me. I'm learning. Yeah, I might make like a $500 in 4 or 5 hours of work with him. Like, bro, I'm 14 years old. You're paying me $20 an hour, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like, if you had to convert it,
Right.
you're like, okay, so it's not about the money, it's about the product, it's about the return on investment. So if we're loading 500 tires, how much can you sell these 500 tires? You learn, oh, you can make 10K off these 500 tires. Like, oh boy,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that was, yeah, that was really my first lesson
Okay.
in business, man. One of my first lessons in business.
Nice, 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 nice.
First job.
Yeah, yeah, your first. I mean, similar. You know,
Yeah.
first job. It's physical. Got to
Yeah.
stand up or
These
lift
tires are
stuff.
not,
Yeah,
they were not light.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. So, next question: what is your money pit? Like, where do you spend money and you don't even look at the store? You like you just spend. It's like, yo, either I'm gonna go there or this food or
Hmm.
restaurant. I don't know. Maybe you like you need all them Jordans. Yeah, Jordan one till I don't know
Whatever they got.
yeah, yeah. What is your money pit?
Honestly, there's two things that I've identified as like my money pit. And the first, and there's a reason behind them. I'll tell you the reason actually. Uh the first one is food. Whether it's going out or whether it's going to the grocery store and packing the best quality food that you can.
Okay, yeah, I've seen you cook.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes sense now. It makes sense. Yeah.
And then the second one is where you lay your head. Make sure it's a place that's comfortable and curated and well for your vibes.
Okay.
Whether it's on vacation or whether it's at home, making sure that you're laying in a place that's safe. The reason why is because if you were to ever be homeless, what are two things homeless people are always asking or like more dire for? A home, a place to lay their head,
Right.
and food to eat.
Right.
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 So for me, it's like it's a paying homage to them. Like I want to have if I'm going to eat, I'm going to have a good experience in memory of those I cannot.
Mhm.
If I'm going to sleep somewhere, I'm going to sleep and have a good experience in paying homage to the people that can't, that are sleeping on their bridges. And yeah, people might say, hey, if you're going to spend 500 on a night, you might as well give it. Like, yeah, I always take my time to give what I can, right?
Mhm.
But in terms of honoring people that don't, one of the things that I could see is like, hey, like respect the quality of the things that you're gonna get, because there's people out there that would just cry and scratch for anything.
Okay.
And so that would be, that's why when we're going to
Yeah.
Cancun, you know, we got to pick the royalty.
Hey yo, I don't know what y'all doing next Memorial Day weekend, but let me tell you this.
This is an ad.
Every single year we hit the Cancun jump off. But the next one, the next Memorial Day weekend, which is in May 2027, is the 25th anniversary
Yes,
of
sir.
Cancun jump off. And y'all definitely gonna find me out there. Obviously at the Royal Tent.
Yes, sir.
Actually, Royal Tent don't even pay me to say that, but it's all good. It's cool for now.
Right. We're gonna
Yeah,
cut
but
that out.
yeah, we're gonna be at the Royal Tent. We're gonna have some good times.
Yeah.
So y'all better pull up. Y'all
Yes,
better
sir.
pull up.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now, actually,
I wonder, what's your money pit?
my money pit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I heard it in another podcast. I want to hear it again.
Okay, okay. Actually, I do have one that I don't want to say here in this podcast, but my money pit is actually it's like anything that has to do with renovation.
That's why if you guys go in his garage, those Milwaukee's, him. Where's Marvin?
No,
Marvin.
ain't no Milwaukee here. I ain't no Milwaukee. It's all about Makita. It's all about the Kita gang. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to my guy Marvin though. But yeah, we don't do Milwaukee here.
Yes, yes, yes.
But yeah, it's like anything that has to do with renovation. I like different floors.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just for me to look at them and be like, okay, would this make sense with that?
Right.
This tile. I have a few tiles also. I don't know. I think I strongly believe this is because of when I used to play Sims back in the days at like 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. I used to play Sims and build big homes and different design, custom made homes and pool. I used to build mansions.
Bro, it's crazy you say this because there's two things I did when I was a kid. The first one was this first, like, I used to make music as a producer, right?
Right.
and this first thing was called DJ EJ. That was the first experience learning how to like scratch
DJ.
and mix music and all
Yeah.
of that. The second one, I don't even remember the app. I think it was like an architectural design app, but
Okay.
like for dummies, like very simple. Used to do the same thing. Just make homes, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I remember my dream home that I built, bro. Shape of Haiti, my yeah, shape of Haiti.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, so yeah, this is definitely my money pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my
You
money
know
pit.
what? I respect it a lot. I think it's very valuable because you like to curate a lot of spaces. As you guys can see by this studio space here, he likes spaces that are very well curated. So when you're thinking about a home, like well, how do you make this the best value that you can? I think that's your forte, bro.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I've
it
seen
is.
some of your work. I'm very proud of you, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But shout out to Marvin. Shout out to Ma Construction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we, we do a we try to, because most of the clients sometimes they don't wanna they don't get it, that it's like, yo, stop with whatever you like and get with the program of what's coming,
Mm-hmm.
of what's there now. And it's like we always gotta find something in the middle, not to go too modern,
Right.
but also we don't want to stay in the back. Like, it's
Right.
like, yes, you're gonna gain value because it's something new, it's new, you renovate it.
Right.
But the aesthetics side of things, it's like someone's gonna, yeah, it's renovated, but this thing looks like 2017.
2017.
Yeah,
Because they followed the trend.
yeah, yeah. It's like they stuck with the old trend.
You know
So
what's crazy? I actually I know how you feel. Actually, one of my business partners, my investor, and one of my close friends,
right.
Gavin. Shouts out to you, Gavin. He's a custom carpenter, so he make custom kitchen, custom bathroom carpet, custom everything that has to
Okay.
do with wood. And that's what he says. He's like people are so stuck in what is right now that they forget that what is right now is going to be in the past in 10 years, 5 years. Like
Exactly.
everybody's like obsession with gray floor is some
Yeah, at some point, everybody was obsessed with those gray floors.
right. But you know what never went out of style?
What?
Just nice wood.
The regular wood.
Regular
That's what I'm saying, bro.
hardwood flooring never
It-
went out of style.
Never, never,
And so when you say
never.
these things, it's like you have to think about what is timeless, what is the future, as
Exactly.
opposed to what's hot right now.
Exactly.
So I really respect what you just said, bro.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. L'immobilier, c'est bien plus qu'une transaction, c'est un projet de vie. Vous pensez à acheter ou à vendre une propriété? Faites confiance à Francesca Descopain, votre courtier immobilier. So now, quick question for you.
Yeah.
You at the beginning you said we're in a recession right now.
Mhm.
Does the recession affect you in your day-to-day life? Because you said also you were an accountant.
Right.
Yeah. So how does it affect you? Does it take money out of your pocket? Does it like what? How is it? How are you dealing with it?
You know what? Yes and no. So in the working world,
Mhm.
when money is scarce, that means less products are being purchased, which means less service, which means less hires, which means turnovers, which means deeper into the hole, right?
Right.
And so right now is something that we're seeing where there's just not that many jobs out there, even though there's job postings, like just that many job out there. In addition to it, you realize that there's the revolution of AI, which is restructuring our whole understanding of what's right now and what's going to be and what's going to stay.
Right.
In addition to it too, there's when money is not flowing, the economy can't really grow. And so what happens is that when the economy can't grow, there's not that much products, inflation happens and people things start getting expensive. And that's where we are at right now. Things are expensive. There's not really that many jobs. And
Mhm.
so for me, what how it affects me is with my clients. When you realize, hey, look, like we're doing a comparison of last year or the year before or 5 years ago or even 10 years ago, we're doing a comparison in their annual income. You'll see certain things grew just because the fleet or the company grew. But in terms of percentage and returns and costs and product costs and all of that, you realize, okay, those costs are high, and you
Mhm.
don't want to push too much into, oh, that's the client's problem now, right?
Right.
Because at a certain point they won't be able to afford it, they'll move to somewhere cheaper.
Right.
And so you see it where they're constantly playing a game of what's the number that could work for the company in terms to grow and be stable versus what do we need in order to really, get that profit margin that we want.
Right.
Now, in terms of real estate, again, yes or no? Yes, in the terms that our ability to purchase and raise capital is determined on how the flow of money is and the interest rates right now, right? But no, because multifamily is made, it's a business. It's made to make money. I'm in the multifamily space.
Okay.
So it's made to make money.
Okay.
Once you understand the cap rate and how to evaluate a property,
Mm.
whether interest rates are at 6%, 4%, or 0.5%, if the property makes money at 6% interest rate, best believe it's going to make money at 0.5%
Yeah.
interest rate.
Yeah.
But if it's scraping by at 0.5%, then now you have an issue, and you're gonna
A big issue.
big issue because
Yeah.
once that interest rate goes up,
6%, you're
and
yeah.
we've seen that a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, there's this report, and I don't want to say bad information out there, but there's this report out there, and I'm not going to get into the specific numbers, but there's a lot of large multifamily business and companies that own a lot of multifamilies. They're down under because when the market was hot, they had money, they were
Mhm.
willing to spend over, and then interest rate went up, and then things got expensive. All your insurance costs, every cost that you could imagine under the sun has gone up.
Yeah.
So that mismanagement has cost a lot of people bankruptcy, bro.
Right. Right. And you know what's funny is I learned how to trade, right?
Mhm.
In 2018, 2019. And the good thing is, um, in 2020, 2021, it's like it was very easy to trade because it's like we understood what was happening,
Yeah,
and it's like
it was a
you just
global. Everybody was on the
yeah,
same page.
yeah. So I made good money.
Hmm.
But one thing I remember, one thing I live by, one thing that stuck with me, that's always gonna stick with me. It's what you said about Warren Buffett
Hmm.
is buy when others are fearful and sell when others are greedy. I'm never buying when everyone wants to buy.
When the hype is on,
When the hype is on, when the interest rate is at 1, 2%,
if you missed
exactly.
the
When
entry, you
when
missed it.
when everyone wants to buy, I'm not buying, bro, because I'm I'm the one I'm selling right now. I'm selling you guys.
I already got it.
Yo, because that's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm buying whenever the interest rate is high. When nobody wants to buy, I'm out
Yeah.
here negotiating everything because that's when I feel like a big dog. And I always like to feel like a big dog. So it's like I gotta buy like a big dog
Hmm.
and I gotta sell like a big dog.
Hmm.
Everything I do, I gotta feel big. So just the mentality of buying when others are fearful because whoever's selling wants
He's
to sell. Whoever's
desperate.
selling, nobody wants to buy.
He's
I, I
desperate.
I'll buy.
Yeah.
I'll buy. But you
At the
gotta
right
give me,
price.
yeah, you
Oh
gotta
yeah.
give me a good price. And it's like it's like I feel like nobody gets it because it happens over and over and over and
Yeah.
over again, and it's gonna happen again.
Hmm.
Look, a year ago or right now, interest rate are now decent. They used to be high.
Right.
Nobody wanted to buy. Why? Why?
Scared, bro.
Why? And then in about a year or whenever they decide, okay, it's time,
Right.
and cut the rates. Now all of y'all want to buy, all
Mhm.
of y'all want to go get pre-approval, all of y'all want to buy, and y'all want to buy
Skyrocket.
that, and I'm gonna sell it to whoever wants to put the more money. And it's just a continuing cycle, and I feel like it's sad for everybody.
Yo, it truly is. I think people follow the trend, and it's like emotions, right? People,
Yeah,
misery loves company. So whenever one
that's
person is going through a difficult time in the economy, the next person's got to feel it too. And like this social economy is all about how you feel, how I can help you. And you know what? Like guys, the it's the information is out there for everybody to learn. But the person that's going to take action and not be afraid of taking action, that's the person that's going to succeed. That's the person who's going to see his community. That's the person that's going to grow with the people around him. And so when you hear people like my brother over here say, it might be time for you to look at what the numbers look into. It doesn't make sense because right now we're a pretty stable economy, even though we're in a recession. It's still pretty stable,
Yeah. Yeah.
and people are scared. So
Very
the
scared.
fear could either grow or it could stay where it is. But
Yeah.
when you're in real estate, especially the multifamily space, it's always a time to buy.
Right.
If the numbers make sense, we're players in the game. Like hockey, basketball, football, all these sports, all the rules change every year, right?
Mhm.
Now, if you're a player, you're gonna be like, oh, the rule changed, I can't play anymore. Or you're gonna be like, all right, let me learn the rules. How do I manage with these rules? How do I make it work for me?
Exactly.
Okay, and I'm gonna take action now.
Right.
So it's the same thing with interest rate. It's the same things with your mortgage commitment letters. It's the same thing with your investors. If you know if you know the rules of the game and you can pass along that information with people where they can understand it and trust you, you're ahead. You're ahead of the
Exactly.
game.
Ahead of the game. And I wanted to talk about what advice would you have for anyone in
Mm.
between 20, 23, 24 until 39, 40. I'm not saying being 42 years old is old or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. Uh, I'm talking about you know, advices that you had or you have for them for the next economy, the next
Mhm.
financial situation, or
Man.
what would you advise someone? Maybe rather it's learn something new or
Right.
work harder, or I don't know. What advice would you have?
Man, honestly, I think a lot of people, whether they're young or old, they all at a certain level will all have an aspiration to be financially stable, to be able to take care of themselves and all of that. So I can't go say like go make money. Well, that's not my advice. My first advice is going to be know yourself and what you
Mm,
want. Like if you have an idea of what you want and like write it down. If you know yourself, like the only person that you live with 100% of your time until the day you die is yourself.
mm,
And so that's always going to be a constant learning curve. But the reason why I say this is because for me, I had to learn what are my motivation, what gets me up, how do I adapt my mindset, how do I make sure that I'm always ready to attain a goal, always ready to work towards my goal, is by learning myself, learning what motivates me, what makes me feel like crap, sorry for my language. Also what are my distractions, right? What do I value most? Where do I want my life to be? And so by knowing myself, every action that I take going forth has to align with what I want. If it doesn't, then I'm playing myself. And that
mm,
when that happens, when you're playing with yourself, there's this inner trust that we build with ourselves when we do the things that we say that we're going to do.
mm.
This inner trust has to be worked on. It's a muscle, it's a will, it's like willpower. You
Right.
constantly have to give it affirmation. And what are the affirmation? By doing exactly what you said that you were going to do.
Mhm.
So the minute that you start doing things that are outside of the alignment that you have, that are outside of what you want, you're slowly but surely cutting that inner trust that you have with yourself. And the minute that you don't trust yourself for anything is the minute that you're going to be confused. And one of my best friends always says, confusion is the work of the devil.
Right. You know what? While you're talking about that, this just came in my mind. The and one of the advice that I would have, because I do have many, but one of them is to stop underestimate a vision board. You know, people really do underestimate vision board.
Hmm.
I remember uh, I had I had a picture of a house in my phone from 2015 until today. Sometimes sometimes
It just
it
pops
comes
up.
up. Yeah, it comes up. But I had it as a screensaver, whatever, because I feel like, yo, I need to be in my backyard.
Right.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna show you guys what it looked like. No, I can't show it like that. But yeah, no, you know
In the
what?
final
I'll just
edit, it'll be right
I'll
here.
just pop it up, and it's like I feel like this should be my view. This should be like where I sit. This
Mhm.
should be, and it's crazy how. in a very short period of time, because 2 years is it's a short period of time. In 2 years, I was able to change my situation,
Yes,
and
sir.
to get closer to whatever I want. And most of the things that were in my vision board uh 10 years ago, most of them were crashed. I need a new one. Cause yeah, I need a new
I
one.
like that, bro. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. And I feel like people do underestimate vision board, and you can't do that. It's you working with your mind. It's you working with your inner self.
Yeah.
It's you looking at the things you want, reminding yourself that
Hmm.
you can get
It
that.
gets you right back in alignment.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I
Right
feel
back
like
in alignment.
everybody is capable, but I think most importantly, what stops people is that the I don't deserve. I think the fear of success is what hurts people a lot too. So one other lesson I had is like, yo, proximity is priceless. Like align yourself and get closer to people who have what you want and
Hmm.
living the life that you want. And
Hmm.
that itself, you can't put a number behind the value that you're gonna get back to that. I learned that. A second one, that's another lesson, bro. Oh my god. Yo, bring value to the table, guys. Real estate and business is like a potluck. If you bring
Right.
something to the table, everybody eats. If you don't know what to bring and if you have nothing to bring, fix the table, bring the chairs, help
Yeah,
somebody fix a meal. It's the
exactly.
same thing.
Yo, it's crazy that you said that, because you know what? Although this is something I knew, this is something I did read
Yeah.
back 5, 6, 7 years ago. Uh, mais je pense que je l'ai pas mis en pratique. And for the past, I would say the past, no, wait, 2020, yeah, I would say the past 2 years, I started to, I'm not gonna say cut off people, but I started to align myself with whoever is around the table that I wanna be
Mm.
around. And it's like the alignment was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
No words, guys. He
it
lost
was crazy. It was crazy. I'm like, yo, it's like I don't want to do this, or I don't want to be like this guy. So why am I hanging around like
Hmm.
yeah, it don't make sense for my pocket. So I gotta do what makes sense for my pocket. And as soon as I started to how stupid this might sound, but I did invest in a chain, right?
Hmm.
I did invest in a chain, and my reason to behind investing in that chain was I need whenever I'm in a certain places, I need a certain people's attention.
Hmm.
So it's like for me to have that chain, for me to see that person, I need to be able to talk to them, and for them to be,
Yeah.
completely what's going on. Cause like, yeah, that, and it's crazy, but
It
this
works.
works.
It
This
works.
works
It's
crazy, because
crazy.
until this day, uh, should I give this one? Yeah,
He's
I'm gonna
about to
give
get
this one.
game, guys. Listen
Nah,
closely.
it's while while having that chain in Miami, right? I was just out, just chilling, just whatever. I was at a
Yeah.
shisha in whatever spot in Miami Beach, and this one guy just was in there. He was already a little bit drunk, and he's like, "Yo, uh, just get shot for everyone here." And we're in Miami Beach, bro. The the,
That's a
the
lot of
shot
people.
is the
It's,
shot is actually like $17 for a little shot like that. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
we meet for everybody.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, for everybody? You sure about that? He's like, hell yeah, man. What's going? Oh, I like your chain, bro. That and then conversation. So and I see the wrist. I'm like, you got a rich.
Get your meal on,
Yeah.
man.
I'm
You
like,
got a little
yeah.
deal
So
going.
what do you do? It's like, oh, I develop real estate. Boom.
Guys, we're out here.
Yo, I'm gonna say the rest is history.
Right.
The rest is
I
history.
love
Yeah,
that.
the rest is
You know
history.
what? And That's a good one because
Yeah.
it would be the things that it has to speak to who you are.
Yeah.
If you're going to get something and invest in something big or whatnot, whether you want to call it flashy or not flashy, it's got to be something that aligns with the people that you want to be with.
Right.
That's an investment within itself. Like it could be, I've seen people be successful because they got a expensive car and then the neighborhood that they were in couldn't, they had to move because it wasn't the
100%.
neighborhood for the car, and then they moved
100%.
neighborhood, and all of a sudden the connections that they're getting, it's like being a caddy at the golf club too. You know,
Right.
you learn about the game, you're beside other people that have the game, and your game is pretty cool too.
Right.
Next thing you know, you're aligned with all of these big names. So yes, I
Yeah.
surely do. Again, it goes back to proximity is priceless, because I don't think
Exactly.
the chain worked. The
Yeah.
chain got you the conversation, but
Yeah.
being in Miami,
Yeah, exactly.
that was
But
the environment you needed to be
you
in.
know what? I actually saw a video like 2 days ago on Instagram, and this guy was talking about like, yo, get that supercar, get that Lamborghini, get that whatever Rolls Royce,
Right.
get it, because like people do treat you different when you pull up, and I mean there's a restaurant that's full or whatever, you pull up in that lamb,
Hmm.
best believe
Hmm.
there's room. It's full, but yeah, they gonna make something happen. Oh, you can't park this place or that place. You in
You'll,
that limbo.
they'll make the space,
Yeah, you can park here. Yeah,
bro.
yo, it's a different life, and I think people underestimate that also.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, guys, watch out with the investment, right? Because um sometimes it's like, material stuff. Yeah, sometimes it's not gonna get you money. It's a depreciated
Right.
asset,
Right.
but sometimes it's just you need it for different reasons.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, no, not everyone can just go buy a change for X amount of dollar, or custom made a change for X amount of dollar, because like whatever you want to do or whatever the space you're in, that's not gonna help you
Right.
move.
Right.
Like, make an investment in whatever that's gonna help you move.
And that's the whole purpose behind the word investment. It's something that you buy or purchase or put your time and effort into that has a potential ROI.
Right.
Nothing is guaranteed in terms of your return on investment. Nothing.
All right.
You could buy the best property here, but what happens is once you align yourself with that investment, and you know where you have to be, the environment, the people you want to speak to, the people you want to be around. It's like once you get in these spaces, they recognize you. They put a name to your face.
Right. Right. Right.
So,
Right. So the last question I had for you, I don't know if you're ready, because this is juicy.
okay.
All right. So I don't know if you did saw Grant Cardone. He played
And the sh-
in a show
what he
where
started with.
he had $100, and he can't access his phone. He
Mhm.
can't. They just put him in a new city, and it's like, yeah, show me what you got with $100. So my question to you, let's say next week,
Mhm.
okay, next week you get 10,000, okay, 10,000. Um, you do have access to whoever you know.
Mhm.
Can you bring it up to 5 million in assets inside of a year?
All of
If
my current contacts.
if you can, all right, if you can with that $10,000, what would you do?
Wow. So there's first and foremost, I'm thinking about, okay, what are the fields that I'm currently an expert in? I'm an expert in real estate and real estate development, and most importantly, I'm an expert with developing my network.
Right.
And so I would confidently say that I can turn that $10,000. I will confidently, I'm not going to put the threshold at 5 million. I think the 5 million is a good
Is
numbers to
high.
look at.
Yeah.
Starting from 10K, it's a good number to look at. But I'll tell
But
you this, I started with $0 when I started real estate investing, and I turned that into hundreds of thousands in exits plus millions in asset under management. Right now, we have $44 million in asset under management from our developments and all of that with me and my team. That was it was basically 10K because that was my investment into my mentorship and coaching into real estate.
right,
So I technically, with me and my team and the network that I built, Yes, we turned that $10,000 into multi-million dollars of assets.
Okay.
So can I do it again? Hell yeah.
But can you do it inside of a year?
Can I do it inside of a year?
Yeah.
I will confidently say I'll get you to about a million, half a million or a million comfortably, comfortably. That's comfortably. But if I exhaust all of my potential and focus solemnly on that, I think I could get you to $2 to $3 million.
Okay.
$5 million, I think there's a different level of threshold you need to cross and a different level of network, which I'm still growing to that level, guys. So if you want to connect with me, do so. The 5 million, I want to just humbly say that's a threshold that I think that I would love to be able to get to.
Okay.
I can't confirm it.
Okay.
I can't confirm it. And I'm not saying I can't do it. I'm just saying, once you pass that 1 million, then you pass that 2 million,
That's
then
the
you
thing.
pass that 3 million, you're like, yo, I could do
Yeah, the hard part I think is the first million, but as soon as you cross the first million,
because you
the
have
second one come
yeah,
faster
because you
than the
got proof
third
of
one.
work,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
People love seeing proof of concept, proof of work. They love seeing experience.
Right,
And
right.
all it takes is one good. It's like if you're an artist, all it takes is one good hit.
Yeah.
One hit and you made it.
All it takes is one deal, bro. You're
Wait,
one deal, yo, bro.
one
You're
deal
one deal away.
technically you're
Yo,
one deal away.
one deal
You
away.
know what? I went to a conference last month, and now I could probably say, yeah, I would do the 5 million.
Okay, now
Because
the
I went to a
change.
conference. I went to a conference last month in Scottsdale, Arizona. Everybody in Scottsdale, shouts out to you because it's a beautiful place, man. Oh my God, like
Nice.
scorching hot in a good way. You know what I mean? And so. And so I went to Scottsdale, and one of the things that this person said, he's like, I pay my network. I
Hmm.
pay for my friends.
Hmm.
Like, if I'm going to add value to them in whatever source of ways, it's going to cost me money.
Right.
So I'm willing and able to pay for my friends. If my friend new book is out, I'm going to buy 5, 10 copies and giving it out to people. If my friend, if I'm meeting my friends for something, I'll buy the food because I want to make sure that they know that I value them more than that money that I just spent on them for.
Right.
And so thinking about it, it's like with $10,000, you align yourself in the right environment, and you learn and you meet people, right? You value them, and so you'll pay for their dinner, you'll pay for this, you'll pay
Right.
for the lesson, you pay for this. The last $3, $5,000 you have is just for your lawyer fees, bro. Like, cause the rest is your network.
Yo, it's totally crazy what you just said because like I said, there's a few things that I don't wanna give out on the
Not too
podcast
much
yet
game. Oh
because of
man, I'm over here getting him to spill the beans.
yeah, because of let's call it because of life situation.
Right.
But I, I did experience that because the whoever got me to a place that I am today cost me 15. All right. It was a
Exactly.
situation. I was in a situation. I'm like, yo, I need this, I need that. And I had that, and I'm like, yo, how about I paid for to get in touch with that person? How
Mm-hmm.
about I put some money out to have a relationship with that person,
Mm-hmm.
and I did, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, you know what? I've lost, I've lost money in my life. Let's just say that I've
Yeah.
lost money. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, what is it to lose 15? It's whatever. So I'm like, yo, let me put that 15 out, bro. That was the best decision I did
Mm.
of my life because like the next I'm not gonna say the next situation I had, but that same situation I was in that I did talk to them about like just slightly, but made it look like, it's just a situation.
Right.
They're like, yo, I got you. And boom, 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 made few
Couple
calls.
plays.
Boom, yo, my friend Emmanuel needs this and that and this. Get him right. I'm like,
Wow.
oh, so it's like that.
You pay for your friends.
Oh, it's cool. I'll pay.
Right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll pay.
Mentorship is another one. That's what you
Right,
got, right?
right,
A lot of game was shared to you. Same thing.
right,
My first dollars I had was 10, but I couldn't even pay the whole thing. I couldn't even pay the whole thing up front. I did a whole monthly payment situation to get the knowledge that I needed to.
right.
And to see what it has saved me, because bro, you could have got into real estate and made $100,000 mistake. you could have made
Facts, facts, facts,
$500,000
facts,
mistake.
facts, facts,
So
facts.
this alone already, the opportunity cost already paid for itself because I paid for the right guidance.
Right.
But in addition to it, the success with it,
Hmm.
the people I've met, like it's incredible, and I'm forever grateful for that opportunity for me to invest in my education.
Hmm.
And I would do it again
And
and
again.
again and
And again.
again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, guys, you guys had it. This was the second episode of Room 28. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was mostly English. On parle français aussi,
On pouvait le faire en français.
mais on a décidé de le faire en anglais. Mais
Hein? Translation down
yeah, it is what
below.
it is. We're in Montreal.
Yeah.
It's French, it's English, it's franglais for some. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys did understand the message that we had to share with you guys today. Which, well, one of them is stop waiting for the trend. Like it's not it. Buy when everyone don't want to buy.
Right.
Like just be different. That's why I'm different. I don't want to do what everyone does. Like, yo, when you think about it, there's I don't know how many people who live in homes or in places,
Yeah.
but there's a few that decided I'm gonna build them.
Hmm.
Yeah, so start, be different. Just be different. It brings a lot of good stuff. And we were talking about the Grant Cardone stuff.
Yeah.
Or would you be comfortable? Let's say you got 10,000, like how fast can you bring it to 5M? And at first you really thinking, you're like, I don't want to be too confident, too this, that. And then when you start really real, bro, I could just do this, and you're like, yeah, I can do it. Yeah, yeah. Now that you say it, yeah. So don't play yourself.
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep it like that. Just don't play yourself. You can do whatever you put your mind in. If you believe you can do it, that's the first step. You probably already did it. So
In fact, I'm gonna show y'all a play,
yeah,
a quick play,
right.
a quick play. So
Give them.
I'll even use real estate development. This is for the people that want to get into real estate development. Hey, I just want to put a little, little, small papers like small. Yeah, obviously consult with your lawyers and financial advisors before making any real estate decision. But my first play, if I could right now, $10,000, I'm going to find a lot. Whether it's in a high desired area, whether it's by the water, whether it's a shitty home, I'm going to find a lot. I'm going to put on the contract for $2,000 because you don't need to really put that much on a piece of land
Right.
as your deposit and whatnot. Then I would take that lot. I would do my due diligence, talk to an architect. I would talk to the city. I would
Right.
talk to the city about their
To make
zoning
sure.
because they are obligated to give you free game.
Right.
So talk to the city about what's possible, what's the highest and best use, who can I talk to next? What are some people that you guys would recommend? Who have you guys connected with in the past in regards to development? What opportunities are there for development? What does the city want to see in terms of development? Once I line all of these up
Yo,
on
you giving
paper,
it all up. Like you giving it all
I'm
up right
giving a
now.
lot. I'm giving a
Yo,
lot.
he's giving it all. Cause see, this information, I had to pay for that. I had
Mhm.
to pay to know that I could just go to the city and ask for this and that, and they
They
have to
have
tell
an
me.
obligation to give you that game.
So right now, he's telling you for free. So
Free. And then I
keep
would
going.
take that and I would wholesale that lot with all of the documents and information that the city gave me. I would wholesale it straight to a builder,
Okay.
straight to a builder, not even a developer. I'm going straight to the general contractor or the builder because they have an obligation to put people at work and make sure that they're building 24/7, 365 so that they can feed their family. So I don't need to go to the big developer. I don't need to go to an architect or anything. I'm going straight to builders and say, hey, I got a lot. I'll give you
Here's what you
either
can do.
equity or I'll wholesale you the play for this amount that can make you between 30 to 50,000, even more $100,000 right
Yeah,
off that bat. Now you have your starting capital for when you go and do your own projects. All
exactly.
right, guys, that was free game.
Free game, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you at the next episode.